To everybody, a huge thank you to everybody who was a part of that video. This is going to live on our website. It's on our YouTube channel. We'll send a link out in our newsletter so that anyone who wasn't here will get to see it. That's something to be proud of. 50 years, and we have at least 50 more in us, maybe more. So real quick before we get things kicked off, I want to invite Mara up here to talk about some after meeting stuff.
On screen? In frame?
Oh, sorry.
Should I stand farther?
Land of the Giants. It's just, I
mean. Anyways, so we're going to start doing a thing that we used to do before in days of yore, where we have an opportunity for people to just hang out and chat with each other and discuss regular things, ask questions, share advice. Basically, we have the room reserved until 2 o'clock. So after the meeting, if you have questions or answers or want to talk to other writers, come hang out. We will try to keep it somewhat organized and make a list of things that people want to cover so we don't miss anybody. But mostly this is just a chance for writers to help writers and everyone to just talk to other people. Because I'm sure there are people who have questions, and I'm equally sure there are people who have answers. Because that is something this club is great at. So hang out if you want to hang out.
Thank you. All right, we have a very special person to come and talk about something that we have all been anticipating. So I'm going to invite Judy up here.
Judy, come on down.
Come on. Okay. You can see something on the screen. This is book number 20.
I should have brought mine.
On my author page on Amazon. And Moonshadow is available for you to purchase now. It is a fabulous book, and anyone in here who was a judge, an editor, or a writer, please stand up.
Right.
Pretty impressive. And I want to say this, we did a lot of proofing and editing so that it could be a beautiful book, and I am very, very proud of it. And you just need to get in touch with me and I'll tell you how you can add it to your Amazon author page if you are not one of the editors. But Mara and Chrissy, please stand up, and Roger, come here. I want you all to be up here together. There's a reason for it. It's okay. It didn't crash.
They're indestructible.
It's fine. It's fine. Okay.
Was that an ad for
No,
Apple?
I didn't mean to do that. Okay, so putting together an anthology takes a lot of hours. It takes a lot of thought. It takes a lot of care. The writing part, I'm going to tell you, is the easiest. It is, because these two know how to organize the judging and assigning editors. And if you don't have the editor that works with you, as you will find out on your own private books, it's a slog. It doesn't help you get better. But we had dedicated editors. We had folks coordinating who should be matched together. And then Roger gets it at the very end. And he is our publisher of record, putting it up there for Redwood Writers Press. So be proud of this book. It is an accomplishment that we all put our heart and soul into. And I am very excited. So I hope you will buy at least one copy, but tell your friends. And we're in the process right now. I'm looking at a couple of different venues to do an author party for Moonshadow. So thank you for bringing your stories into the light. And Pam.
Well, I just have a question, because there are so many opportunities out there for awards for independent, publishing. Have we ever considered submitting, and could we?
We could. We've never
could.
done that.
I think we're missing an opportunity.
You are absolutely right. And I'm going to say this too, if you don't know this. You can not only submit a book right when it is being published for awards, you can submit to some award programs long after that initial publication date. And I've got information on that too. So I think that's great. And I will start researching right now where we can submit. And I'll bring it to the board. Thank you. Good idea. And you can do that with your books. The more you can get the word out about your books, the more likely people are going to read them, review them, and share them with their friends. So thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you. Yeah, big round of applause for Judy, who came up with the theme, who got us all together. This was a really fun anthology, so thank you. We have something else to talk about. I'm going to bring Barb up here.
Barb.
Barbara.
Hold on, Barb.
All right.
You want that or you want me to do it?
Nope,
Yeah.
I got it.
Let's see. Yeah, there we are.
Can everyone see that? There we go. First off, thanks to everybody who made the last anthology possible. The judges, the editors,
there.
the writers.
Yeah.
I really look forward to reading that in the new year. And allow myself to, I will introduce myself. I'm the secretary of Redwood Writers. And this year, I'm going to be your anthology editor. So, I'm very excited to do that. I've had many years of being both a judge and an editor with these anthologies. And I would like to give you the sneak preview about what the theme is. And we're going to start off with a quote. Ms. Emily Dickinson, "One need not be a chamber to be haunted. One need not be a house. The brain has corridors surpassing material place."
Wow.
So, I'm a horror writer. I love that space. I want to make a space where a lot of Redwood writers can do this sort of thing. So, drum roll, the theme of this year's anthology, haunted. Okay? And I'm not just talking about ghosts here. Haunted could be a decision that haunts somebody, something somebody said that wished they could take it back. It can also be traditional ghosts, that's completely fine. I am also opening it up fiction and nonfiction. So memoirists, think about events, think about people in your life that left this sort of mark on you, that haunted you. So I'm going to be giving more details about the requirements in February. We're going to have a launch and I'm going to let you know a lot more information. So either be here at the meetings, we'll do it via email, we'll make it available on the Redwood Writers website. So welcome to the world of haunted.
Okay, wait, I'm gonna put you on the spot real quick. Can anyone write like a haunted poem for this?
Good.
No.
No? Okay. Well, that was a trick
it's
question.
Poetry, or it's a prose
It's
and
a
memoir.
prose, yes, prose.
Right?
So
Prose
stories.
and memoir. So stories, not poetry, only because we already have a poetry
That's true. We
anthology.
don't wanna...
So yes, I'm sorry, that was a trick
That
question.
was a trick question.
Thank you, Barbara. I am so excited about this. And when Barbara agreed to be our next anthology editor, it's just another great editor in a legacy of great editors. So thank you.
All right. And get writing, get thinking.
Thanks, Barb.
Okay, so I have one announcement that is a kind of a bummer of an announcement that I don't know if all of our board even knows, but we were talking about doing a play contest and a play event, and unfortunately, we have to cancel it this year because of health reasons. Nothing major, everyone's okay, but it just, the scheduling, it just wasn't working. So we are postponing it. We do not have a date to be determined, but it will not be in the spring, but we'll let you know if and when we have a future date for that, so stay tuned. Let's see. But I do want to talk about another fun contest, and maybe Roger can talk about this one because it is a CWC contest. Roger, do you want to talk about the smalls too?
Yeah. Interestingly, Hello. Oh yeah, that's right. I've got it really wide. Hi, Roger Lubeck here. Interestingly, last month I announced we were going to do a listel contest, but our editor, Les Bernstein, then reached out to a number of poet friends. If they didn't know what it was, a list using poetry, she gave them examples and asked them to write something, and all of them struggled with it. So she's decided that she doesn't think it's a good idea, and rather we'll do what we're now calling Smalls 2. So we had a contest called Smalls, big poems and prose in little space, 8 lines or less, or 75 words or less. So we are going to do a Smalls 2 contest, and then a selection of those that submitted, probably around 70%, will be in a Smalls book 2 that will be published after the contest. So start thinking 8 lines of poetry or a short story that will just knock the socks off our readers. Because that book, that little book, has sold better than any other California Writers Club book. Yeah. And we had 280 submissions. So it's a kind of idea that lots of people latched onto. And I'd encourage us, we were the most prolific in the last book, we had the most submissions in the book, and I encourage all of you to replicate that process.
When does that open up?
Well, it probably will be, it'll be announced like the end of the month, and then it'll be open like the 15th of February, and go a month. Les never wants them to go longer than a month, and she's probably right.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, again, I encourage, because it's just a fun idea, and it's another way for us as writers to be published. Thanks.
Thank you. Okay, next I want to invite Nancy Economy. Are you are? Come up to talk about another exciting thing.
Yes, it is exciting. We announced it before, but we're re-announcing it again. The Redwood Authors Launch 2026 is going to be held March 28th, Saturday. It's going to be in place of our usual March meeting, so even though you may not be a featured author, everyone's invited to come, meet, greet, talk to the authors and all that. It's open to the public, and like I said, it's here at the Finley Center from 10 to 2, so that's good. It's kind of what we always do. But to be a featured author, we have 5 more spots open. And so all you have to do, if you published between last year, January 1st of last year to March 1st of this year, you're eligible. So just get on that website and send an email. I'll receive it. We'll get back to you. So what does that look like? It's a group of tables. Each author gets an 8-foot table. They get to display their wares. They get to celebrate and sign and sell their books, while everybody else here gets to meet and greet and talk and do what we always do. It's writers helping writers. So like I said, 5 more spots open. And even if you aren't a featured author, I was hoping that you could see me, because I have these little flyers to put up in various coffee shops and that sort of thing. So if you just come up, if you have a favorite place that you write that has a little bulletin board, just grab one from me and pop it on there, and just get a few more people from the community come in to see what we do. So it's all on the website, and otherwise you can see me right back there. Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to be in room 5 when it comes to author launch, which is also going to be the location of our next month's meeting as well. So February, you get a little bit of a preview of this fabulous room over here. And then March, on the 4th Saturday, not the 3rd Saturday, the 4th Saturday in March, we will also be over there for author launch. Nancy, thank you so much for everything you're doing to pull this together. This is our favorite event because we get to celebrate the authors in our club that have put something out there. And for everyone who's published a book, this is such a huge deal. And I don't think a bigger deal, it can't be made too big of a deal, because, and a lot of them are private celebrations. And so this is a way to kind of like, you know, really make a big deal out of it and celebrate the authors who have put their, you know, sweat, tears, all of it into this book. And can't wait for this event. All right, are there any other committees or board announcements that I may have missed? Okay, are there any, let me just say, Redwood Writers Circle is next Saturday, January 24th on 1 p.m. Linda Loveland Reed has posted things in our Groups IO and is also on our website if you would like to RSVP and attend that. We also have Redwood Writers Salon next month, which is February 28th. That is the fourth Saturday. And then I just want to do a little reminder that the March Redwood Writers Circle is actually moving to Friday, March 27th, just so that attendees can attend the Redwood Writers Circle on the Friday and then attend author lunch on Saturday. Are there any? Oh, I'm sorry, we have one more. Get Lit. Are you guys familiar with our radio show? We are on the air every Tuesday morning at 8:45 at KRSH 95.9 The Crush. It is so generous of them to have partnered with us on this, but it's really wonderful because Copperfields has taken over as our sponsor, and they've been doing it, how long? I almost want to say almost a year now. I mean, I feel like it's been a little while. But they're sponsoring this to keep us on the air and then also some of their authors. But it's really cool because, we're always looking for ways to get our authors are always getting ways, looking for ways to get their books out there and get their names known in our own community. So this is such a great opportunity. We have coming up, Robin Gabbert is going to be coming up on this Tuesday. Next is Nancy Economy is on the next on the 27th. Deborah Kohler is going to be on February 3rd. Lisa Schulman is going to be on February 10th. And I always mess up her name, but Trey Nolan is going to be there on February 17th. So please tune in on Tuesdays, 8:45, 95.9 The Crush. And you can also catch it on their website, which I believe is like krsh.com or .org. Google it, it's there. Are there any member announcements?
Chrissy, did you mention the change in date for the meeting for the? I just didn't hear.
For author launch, right?
Yeah.
Let me stress again. Author launch will not be on the third Saturday. If you show up here, you will be at a different meeting. So come on Saturday, March 28th, over to room 5. That is the fourth Saturday. Be there, be square.
Hi, I'm Carol Jacobson, and I have a book coloring party tomorrow at my art studio. I published my second coloring book last year. I keep on forgetting it's 2006. And it's and also a book on an art exhibit I had with students who did use the coloring books. And I had those student colorings along with my original art. And right now they're all up in my studio. And it's in conjunction with my nonprofit that I started last year to bring more. For those of you who don't know, I do a series, Women of Color and Accomplishment, 100 portraits of Black women who historically have been left out of our books, and bringing attention to these women. And I'm also giving a talk, I think February 10th in San Francisco, and I'm doing, I don't know if I'll get this published by then. I'm an author publisher, but it's 16 women who, enterprising entrepreneurs that are again from my series, and so it's their stories with their portraits. And I'll stay after if there's anyone who's like an educator and an editor. I'd like some feedback. Thank you.
All right, I'm going to turn on this mic so you guys can just come right up to this mic, and you don't need help from me.
Before I say my announcement, I just want to give huge kudos to the team that put out the anthology. I, for 3 years, edited the anthology for the CWC SF Peninsula, and I know how much work it is, and so bravo. were here last month. Okay, well, you can ignore this, or not. So I did a little workshop, 1 hour, called Your Story Unleashed, a 1 hour creative catalyst. And I love doing it so much, I'm doing it again, but online. So if you're around this Tuesday at 4 p.m., you can join me online. And I only have one of these, but I have a little QR code and to come and register, and it's free. So I'd love to see you there, either again or for the first time. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Elaine Brock, and I wrote Dusty Rhodes, Meet the Hidden Figure, who really ignited the women's movement. She was a stewardess who overturned the rules, firing them at age 32 and banning marriage. And she was also the first person to file a discrimination complaint with the Equal Employment Opportunities Commission based on Title VII, and so she was a historical figure in that she was the first. I wanted to let you know, those of you who know me, it was a 10-year process for me to write this biography, and I just won 2 awards. And I got a 5-star review for December's Literary Titan, and the Gold Award for Nonfiction. I also applied for and got the Silver Award for Global Book Awards. Wow. So, and that is an organization that specifically awards works from independently published people, the authors. So I highly recommend that if you're interested in getting an award, that you apply. It'll be towards the end of the year. I'm selling my book back there, but more importantly, I've also included 2 brochures. One, 1950s and 60s. Did you know what women were forbidden to do? But a companion for the 1950s and 60s. Did you know, how did I put this? I can't really remember now. What the limitations and expectations were for men in the 1950s and 60s. Both didn't have it easy. So I highly recommend you at least pick up the brochure, if not, buy my book. Thank you.
One of the funnest things is watching new authors come up and work with them in various capacities. I had Elaine on my podcast, and it was just like such a delight to feel and hear what people are talking about from a passionate perspective. I did something that it's a little out of my comfort zone last week, and I had a Beyond Goal Setting seminar that I did for free. I got a lot of different stuff set up, and it's beyond goal setting for a reason, because so many of us get wrapped up into looking at the end game of what we're trying to do, especially as authors, of trying to make it big as an author, of trying to do this, that, and the other, and looking at expectations. There was a handful of people from the clubs that showed up. Those that showed up gave me some feedback that just blew me away. So whatever it is that we're doing as authors, it matters. And that's one of the reasons why Roger and I wanted to put together this 50th compendium, because it's going to live up there for a while. The work that's being done in this club that we share with each other makes us all better human beings, but it also makes us better writers. So I have 2 more dates. It's free. I have a QR code here. If you want to show up on the 7th of February or the 7th of March, scan the QR code, show up. If you want the recording, I know Jan listened to the recording. She loved it. You don't have to be present. The other thing that I'm even more excited about is working with somebody who's the president of the club, but also a great formatter and a great cover designer, and tells the truth when it comes to different layout and designs things. Christy and I on New Year's Day went up to Armstrong Woods and took some photographs, and a week and a half later it's on the cover of my next book. The 10-year anniversary of my very first book, this club helped me write, is coming out in about a month. And I cannot be more excited and thrilled about the fact that this club has enabled me to do this. This would have been stuck in spiral bound notebooks if I didn't have her to lead the charge to say, you know what, you can do this. So keep writing.
Yeah.
Were any of you in the Vision and Verse anthology? We did 1 and 2. So I just want to say, if any of you write for plastic kinds of work, I have an opportunity for you to see some wonderful art, mine and others. But if you live anywhere in the Sebastopol area, Coffee and More, I just put a show up there at one wall. I think I have 14 pieces there. And for those of you who don't think Cloverdale is too far, and if you want to see Roger and I this evening, come up to the Cloverdale Arts Alliance Gallery. We're having our reception there tonight. A lot of new art, and it's great. Wine, food, and conversation as well as art. So I'd love to see you there. It's 5:30 to 7:30 this evening. And there's actually some great restaurants in Cloverdale. You could just stop in afterwards and make an evening of it.
In case anyone's not watching football.
I'm back. I forgot to mention that most of you probably don't know that I have macular degeneration and low vision. And I wanted to mention that there's a library organization called BARD. Have any of you heard of it? So BARD stands for the Braille and, let's see if I can read this, audio reading download. And it's part of the Library of Congress, and if you're interested, blind people throughout the country, and maybe even the world, can apply to BARD, and they'd have devices. Now I have a device for audiobooks, and you get it downloaded. The blind people get it downloaded for free. Wow. So all authors, if you're interested in having that happen, you can apply to BARD through the library system. So check it out with the California State Libraries. Wow. Highly recommend it.
I just remembered that in our last board meeting, we talked about how enjoyable an experience it was to record you guys telling about your reflections about the club and so on. And we are now starting to offer this kind of writers meeting writers, writers helping writers after this event today. But we're not doing that every meeting, isn't that right, Chrissy? We're going to alternate.
For anyone who wants to stick around,
We're going to do it every meeting? Okay. So I just want to offer that at some point, I think we could also do the same thing we did last month. That is, we could film you talking about yourself as a writer. So not necessarily talking about Redwood, but doing your 1-minute blurb about yourself, because it's very good practice. And what we really want to do is, and I mean this literally, you know, we have 220 members in our branch alone, we're the largest. We never see 100 of them, but we see you. So I will offer, when we have a chance and figure out how to do it, that I'll film you doing your blurb, talking about yourself, and then we'll post those two on the website, on our YouTube site. So we start to create a meet the member process. The other thing I will tell you is we are now in the process of redesigning our website using the same group that did Redwoods. And we had a discussion yesterday about the MRMS, which is our member database, and redesigning it. So it's going to be completely redesigned